Hey guys, my name is Daniel Casas. I'm a personal trainer here in San Diego, and I'm back again with MonkeyFeet to show you guys how to do hamstring curls and kickbacks properly. Okay, so one of the first things I want to go over with hamstring curls is what I see when people are doing them improperly and how we can fix those cues to make sure you're getting the most out of the exercise. So one of the common faults that I see with some of my clients doing the hamstring curls is they'll be rounding over in the back as they're doing these. And now the problem with that is it starts to put more tension in your back, so you don't feel it in the hamstrings as much. So in order to fix that, just think about keeping a nice neutral spine, keeping your core engaged, that chest is up, hinging at the hip. That way, as you perform your hamstring curls, you can isolate just the hamstring here. Okay, so we'll go over the setup for the hamstring curls now. So the easiest setup and the most common one is find something about waist height that you can hold on to. So I've got a box here. You can use a counter in the kitchen. You could use your couch. Anything that's about waist height, hinge over. Remember, core engage, hinging at the hip. Nice and stable. Okay, so now we're gonna go over the kickbacks. Now this exercise is gonna be a lot different than the hamstring curls because you're gonna be generally using a lot less weight than you would think to be able to keep stability in the motion. Now with this exercise, what I tend to see is people overarching their lower back and really just getting too much pelvic movement in here. Again, guys, remember, this should be a smooth exercise that you're focusing on just the glutes. So again, keeping a nice, stable pelvis, core engaged, chest up. You want to keep stability here. Just think nice and smooth to get the most out of the glute. And now we're going to kick the leg straight back. So think extend, squeeze, in. Extend, squeeze, in. Now what we want to avoid is bringing your knee so far forward that you start rounding the lower back, because the second you start rounding the lower back, your back is going to want to have the adverse reaction and arch on the way back here. Notice here, although it looks like I'm kicking back, I'm getting a lot more lower back activation. So keep your pelvis stable, bring that knee to where it's comfortable, extend the leg. Okay, so next we're gonna go over the setup for kickbacks. Now, the easiest setup to do is to find something about waist height that you can hold onto as you hinge over at the hip. A box is perfect, you can use a countertop, just anything about waist height. All right, so another variation of kickbacks we can do is gonna be on the ground on all fours. So grab your mat. All right, so coming down onto our mat, we're gonna find ourselves on all fours. And again, the same rules apply. Keep your spine neutral, core is engaged, chest up. And from here, we're just kicking that leg straight back. Another setup variation you can use for the kickbacks if you don't have a box to lean on, or if you don't have a mat, or you just don't like to be on your knees on all fours. You can grab just any standing structure, just hold on to it, and hold on with both hands, hinge on over, again, core braced, hinging at the hip, just kick straight back from there. All right, so another setup variation you can use for hamstring curls. If you see here, I've got a barbell set up on a squat rack about knee height. And this is a great option to go ahead and lock your leg in if you have trouble keeping your knee stable when you're doing your hamstring curls. So this one's pretty simple. Notice I've got a barbell about knee height. I also have a squat sponge to be a nice little pad on my knee. You can use a towel, or you can use the bare bar if you're pretty savage. But regardless, what you're gonna do is the not working leg is gonna step on over the bar. You're gonna prop your working leg against the pad or the barbell, hinge over just a bit, and curl. All right, so another variation you can use for the hamstring curls, if you don't like leaning over a box and you struggle with the stability of the knee, or you don't want to go through the process of setting up a barbell on a squat rack with a pad, you can also use a bench that does incline, or you can take a regular flat bench and incline it with something underneath. But this is another great way to stabilize the knee and to isolate the hamstring. So basically what we're gonna do here is lean on over the bench, the leg is gonna lay flat, and you're just curling. Okay, now for both these exercises, both the kickbacks and the hamstring curls, as far as rep ranges and sets, I would say anywhere from about 3 to 5 sets, depending on the tolerance and what you can handle, for about 10 to 12 reps each. Now you really want to control the movement, especially the eccentric portion when you're coming back in or lowering the movement. That's going to help you get the most muscle activation for breakdown to rebuild back strength. Now when it comes to the kickbacks, we are looking for that isolation of the glute here. Now if you use a little bit of the upper hamstring as you're doing the exercise, that's okay. The hamstring does connect right into the glutes, but ideally we're looking straight for the glutes. As far as the hamstring curls, we're looking for the lower part of the hamstring, just behind the knee, maybe a little above, as you are curling up. All right, thank you guys for watching the instructional videos here today of these 2 exercises, the hamstring curls and the kickbacks. I hope they're helpful for you. If you guys have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave them below. If you want to see more of these, stay tuned.